Hi everyone, thanks for joining this call. I'm Sumit, and I'm the founder of wellcure.com, which is a platform for natural healing. I believe you all saw the video. Uh, what we are trying to do is to bring natural healing upfront, as against what it is currently. Right, currently people are not so much aware of natural methods of healing and all the methods that can be applied to live a medicine-free life. I'll not take too long to introduce me, and you can always go to wellcure.com and check about everything that we do. And I will introduce Dr. Gauri to everyone here. She is a very well-known and senior, nutritionist and a natural healer. I think she's done a lot of qualifications. I don't even remember. The list is too long. So uh, this course that we are doing with her is to help people learn this science in a very in-depth way. She teaches this course, in India and in outside. She's done this course in Singapore, Houston, the few places that I know of, and I'm sure some of you know her already. And I will let her explain what everyone will learn in this 9-day course that we are doing with her. One of the best ways to use this time that we all are in lockdown, and the course will run for 9 days, 2 hours every day, from 3 to 5 p.m. And I will ask her now to give a brief about the course and also explain how it will help people, either on the healthcare profession side or people who are looking to improve their health if they're suffering from a chronic issue, and also everyone around in terms of taking this knowledge ahead. uh, Dr. Gauri, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Sumit. And let's get straight into the subject. We know for sure with the emerging data from worldwide that COVID-19 is affecting such people and making them severely sick, and also is becoming fatal in all those people who already have an underlying disease or disorder, right? So we are seeing that if you're unhealthy, any such surprises and shocks can happen anytime. So it becomes very important to be healthy all the time, not when in crisis, because getting to a healthy state is a process. It can't happen tomorrow morning just because we have some danger looking into our face now. So it is doing everything right. And that is why this course has been designed to reach to that goal. This reminds me of an anecdote which I have heard long time back, maybe 20, 25 years back, when Sri Ravi Shankar ji, the head of Art of Living, was speaking in some forum. He said, today, people are extremely busy, running behind money, name, and fame. So they forget everything else: their food, their sleep, their health, their family, their spouses, their friends. Everything is left behind, and they pursue this as their motive of life. How long? Maybe another 15 years, 20 years, you've reached and you've got all of these and the money, the name, and the fame. But in the process, you've lost all of these. The most important thing is the health, because without health, everything becomes meaningless and nothing you can achieve after that, right? So health becomes the cornerstone or the foundation for everything else to happen beautifully and for us to enjoy life. So it becomes, that is why this course becomes very important. And now is the right opportunity, because we are all kind of, this little organism has slowed us down, brought us to a stop. And so let's use this opportunity to learn something, to equip ourselves to, take charge of our lives and health. I take this opportunity to thank Wellcure team, especially Sumit, then Swatantra, and Ankur for this collaboration and running my course. Now, let me tell you about myself a bit, not about my qualification, which Sumit is talking about. Well, I call myself a holistic nutritionist. Basically, I'm a medical nutritionist by profession. I have a master's degree in food and nutrition, and then I went on to do my research. And my research was on fresh coconut, and we have published papers in wonderful, forums. Now, just coming back, I call myself a holistic nutritionist because I've had this opportunity of blending a few basic principles of food coming from nature cure, or I should say it is natural hygiene, which my master or my mentor talks about. And I also use certain basic principles of food from yogic philosophy. Because I blend these, I call myself a holistic nutritionist. And this has been possible because of my father. My father is a naturopath and a yoga exponent, besides being a biochemistry professor. And I grew up by looking at all of these and being brought up under these conditions. You know, I used to see so many people come home and report to him how they are getting better. He would conduct constantly some training courses, then workshops and talks and things like that. So I knew food has a huge impact, whether it is positive or negative, depending on what we eat and what we don't eat. As I grew up, I developed a lot of interest and I started wanting to understand food in depth, and went into this degree of food and nutrition, and later on went into the master's degree in food and nutrition. I stood first in the university, and that is when I realized I'm thoroughly confused now. Why? Because most of the concepts which I learned from my textbooks were contradicting to the ideas and the concepts which I had experienced as right through these 22 years which my father had taught me. So at 21, I couldn't understand why and how a scientifically proven science could be talking something different from my traditional views. And that is when my unofficial research started. And thankfully, there was no Google at that time. Say, I'm talking about 27, 20 years back, 28 years back, and to confuse me more. And I had to go to experts to find why and what of everything. And here also I got into trouble because every expert would tell me I'm right and everybody else is wrong. So I was left to figure out who is right and who's wrong among them. And this way of experiencing, experimenting, learning, studying, and in these 25 years of seeing thousands of clients with my personal coaching, I think I have understood food a bit and brought in these meaningful sciences to blend with the modern medical nutrition, which becomes, complete. And I find wonderful results with my clients. And I'm here to share all those learnings, which I took 25 years of hard learning, put into a small capsule of 20 to 25 hours, which makes life easy for people who are really interested to understand this science of nutrition and apply it into their lives. So that's about how I got into it and why I have designed this course called Holistic Nutrition Course. Okay. And so let me give you a few examples of what is so different about this course and what you could be learning. So I made some points. Let me go one after the other. See, always you know that what we eat or what is on the plate is food, and we forget what inputs we get from all other sources or all other senses. So it's very, very important to see what goes into my system in every way. And here we bring in the natural elements, which also become food, right? So it's not just about what comes onto our plate. There are many more things which affect our health, and that is what you learn in the first few hours of this course. And how to, it is not just about learning how beneficial something is, it is also even important to know how to adopt them into our lifestyles. And just knowing that information is not enough. I have seen that and learned it beautifully in these last 25 years, that no amount of, you know, in the head, the information will always remain information. So I ensure in this course that whoever takes the course also practices it through the course. This specified amount of time and days where you start adopting will give you beautiful experiences. And those experiences will motivate you enough to follow it for life. And that is the whole intention of giving these experiences through the course. I don't have any weak, term end or the examination of writing something and passing the exam or something like that. Absolutely no. I assess based on what has been adopted through the course, and that's how we do the final certification. And let me give you a few more examples. Coming to a common man, most of the time we keep understanding from the right sources that you should be going on low carbohydrate or no carbohydrate diet. Now let me tell you why not. See, we need energy for three things basically. One, for the physical activity, for the mental activity, and all the processes happening inside the body, right? Right from breathing to the heartbeat, to the digestion, to the excretion, everything else is happening inside the body. Whether I want it or not, I know it or not, all these processes are happening. Who's fueling this? It's the carbohydrate which is fueling all the processes. And if you go on low carbohydrate or no carbohydrate, the so-called diets, it's quite dangerous because the processes get hurt inside the system. It is not about the carbohydrate. It is about what is the right way of eating carbohydrate, what is the wrong way of eating carbohydrate. All these will be taught with evidence from research papers, right? So to take another example, high protein diets. There was this guy some months back, or I should even say some years back, who walked into my clinic and showed me the report. It said ESRD. I looked up and saw this guy who must be close towards 30s has ESRD. What is ESRD? End stage renal disorder. And when I looked into what he has been eating, I saw it was very, very high protein diet. And it was not even for too long. It was probably 4.5, 5 years of that kind of eating, which has ruined his kidneys now. And he has no other choice but to get into dialysis for the rest of his life. Very high protein diets, are damaging in different ways, damaging kidneys, damaging liver, and also lead to autoimmune disorders, for which people, I see many people today with intolerances, allergies, and autoimmune disorders. All are nothing because very high protein diet. They might look very nice when they start because all your numbers on the parameters are changing. But when done on a longer run, do you know what the effect they have on our bodies? Yes, we learn all of this. How much protein? Why protein? Why not more? All of these. And what sources of protein are healthy, what sources of protein are not healthy, and why of all of that with evidence-based data I'm going to teach you in this course. It's not just about the research data somewhere sitting in some published world. It is about my learnings of these 25 years of dealing with different patients, how they're getting better. What is making them, getting better is the whole point which has brought me into this course. Many people, say for example, diabetics come to me and say they are on a small, frequent meals. Who's put them on this meal? They are doctors, they are nutritionists. But I feel taxing your gut, which is already taxed, right? Your pancreas is not able to work. Now, if you eat small, frequent meals, isn't it just simple common sense which says, even if you eat a peanut, even if you eat a fruit, every time you eat a little piece of it, right from the mouth to the anus, the whole gut has to restart its work. Pancreas has to start working every 2 hours or every 2.5 hours eating. Do you think it's wise decision? If you ask me, I will say you will remain diabetic all your life. But if you space your food or meal in the right way, probably you're even going to reverse your diabetes. Yes, I said it. All these disorders, the so-called lifestyle disorders, the degenerative disorders, all of these are made. We have made it because of a wrong eating and living. And so it can be reversed. All of them can be reversed. And the good news is you might have developed them in 30 years or 40 years. You don't need another 30 years to reverse them. You can reverse them in just few weeks to few months. So right eating and not eating the wrong things makes a whole lot of difference in our health and lives. So let's learn all of these and much, much more. I'm telling you just a couple of examples to motivate you, to help you understand what is there in the course. Let me see if I have written down. Yes, about fats. Every housewife has this question because she's struggling with, searching brands, looking at labels which has heart picture on the label, and struggling with which type of oil, and mixing and matching them, changing them every month, hundreds of things, and still confused with what oil to use. Should we really use? Does our body need that kind of fat? If at all we use, what kind of fats? Should we look at this MUFAs, PUFAs, omega-3s? What do they mean to our bodies? All of these and much more. And of course, you know, um, let me just talk about immunity because we are in that phase. See, our systems, we have different systems, and this is one, which is our defense system. Like our nation has a defense arrangement, our offices have security guys, and we have one sitting in front of our gate called watchman, right? It is like that, which takes care of our defenses. Let's just take this watchman's example. Now, if this watchman does not even know our local language, which does happen in most of the cases, right? Does not understand what the person has come for, who the person is, and lets all of them in. Do you like this kind of a watchman? No, right? Similarly, if this guy is over smart and comes and disturbs you or peeps into the house at any level he wants to, it could be a kitchen, it could be a bedrooms, it can be any place of privacy. Every now and then, to clarify his doubts, to tell you something is happening, to tell you somebody is wrong, somebody has come, or something is happening around. Do you like that? No, right? You will throw him out immediately. So, our defense system acting in the right way, in a balanced way, in a harmonious way, is what is required. At any point of time, underplying right? Underreacting or overreacting is the whole problem. How do we keep it balanced is the right question to ask, right? So much more let's learn in this course. And who should be learning this course? Everybody who is interested in making your decisions on your own about the food and health. I know all of us want to be healthy, but we don't know how to decide what is right, what is wrong. I know this is the right platform for you, honestly, which is offering umpteen number of options for you from umpteen number of experts in different sites. And so this is the most important thing, that I want to take charge of my understanding, knowledge about nutrition and traditional systems so that I can be free of experts like me talking right now, right? So I have to be able to make the decisions about my health and food. So everybody who's interested in this end can take up this course. Anybody who wants to take care of their family's health can take up this course. And all those people who deal with people, who are the face of the people in the health area, is very, very beneficial. Say, for example, yoga therapists, yoga instructors, you already are doing a great job by teaching yoga, pranayama, meditation, relaxation techniques to people, and it does a great job. Along with that, if you add in the knowledge of right foods, don't you think you have an edge from all the other yoga therapists to teach? Why do people search me? Do you think there is a dearth of nutritionists? Every street has a nutritionist working today. But people from all over the world search me and come. It might be a small percentage, but I'm happy dealing with all of these personal clients from all over the world. It was not that they didn't have one locally, because they understood I do it differently. So every nutritionist who want to blend in and bring in a holistic approach and make a difference. You know, before I did this blending, I was a good nutritionist. Now I can reverse all the diseases which I talked about. Help people. I am sorry to have made that statement. I help people to help themselves to reverse all these disorders. So all nutritionists who want to learn more and make a difference can learn. And similarly, people say like physiotherapists, they meet people and be with people for such a long time every day. Along with giving their treatment, if they can talk about food, which can help their muscular movement, relax their nervous system, it's going to help the person immensely. So that's going to give you an edge. People will call you because you're going to give a combination which is more effective, right? Similarly, naturopaths. I've been teaching naturopathy graduates, and sadly, I know what I'm teaching. I'm teaching medical nutrition because we have a set syllabus from the universities or from the government, and we cannot go beyond the syllabus, right? So people, naturopaths are learning this, living the actual traditional nature cure or natural hygiene. So it could be helpful for you. You have already learned the basics, which if you can blend in this a little, it could be helpful for you. And doctors don't learn nutrition through their medical course. It is one chapter. They know in and out of physiology, anatomy, and metabolism. So if they can learn this a bit and use it in their profession, it will give them immense joy and immense benefits. Today I see all over the world, especially the West, doctors, clinicians, and physicians are switching to prescribed diets and stopping to prescribe drugs, because they've understood it is the diets which matter, not the drugs finally. So I think it could be a great asset for people, doctors who are really interested into taking time and see the cause of the disease in their patients and have time to discuss and decide a food for them also. So like this, it can help everybody who have the understanding of this knowledge. So I invite all of you, and again, thank Sumit and the whole team for giving me this platform. Thanks, Sumit, and over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I'll request Swatantra to. So we have some testimonials from people who have attended her course. So I'll request Swatantra to add or to introduce them on here, and they can speak.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you, Dr. Gauri, for a wonderful, detailed information on the course. I welcome Ms. Riza to share about her experience. She has done the course with Dr. Gauri. Ms. Riza?
Hi, hello everyone. Hi, Dr. Gauri.
Hi, Riza. Thank you so much.
Well. Yeah,
I'm
hi.
Very nice to see you on this platform.
Thank you. Okay, nice to meet all of you. Namaste. My name is Riza. I'm a yoga instructor and I live in Singapore. So when Dr. Gauri came to Singapore, I attended her course on holistic nutrition just 2 months ago. So what I like about her course is that she's actually not advocating a specific diet. It's actually a course that promotes healthy lifestyle. I am not a vegan or vegetarian, but ever since I finished her course, I've tried my best to work on everything she taught, and I can make a more informed decision, better choice to, better choice of food and meals for my family. So more whole foods, plant-based is good, and when we have the occasional meats, we will be able to choose the healthier options.
How did the course help you, Riza?
Yes, definitely. And what I like about your course, doctor, is that personally, I felt that the way you impart your knowledge is in a way that is so easy to understand, especially for students like me who has no scientific background. But it's very, it's very, the way you present, very animated, so students for us can sit for hours, and it's really interesting to learn from you. And also, you're not only talking about nutrients from food, but also from nature, like the sun, which we all know, but we just need the little reminder that we can actually get vitamin from the sun. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm so happy to be here.
Stay safe. Bye.
Yeah. So everyone, I hope that, with my little share of experience during the course, you can make a better decision whether this course is for you or not. But I highly recommend it. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Sorry, I stopped my video a bit just now.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, Riza.
You're welcome.
Coming all the way from
Singapore.
Coming all the way from Singapore. Okay. Yeah, Singapore. I hope everything is well with you, and stay safe and stay healthy.
Yes, thank you. We are healthy. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Now I will request Pratik to play another testimonial who has joined Dr. Gauri's course in Houston. So Pratik, can you please place the video? Thank you.
My name is Varsha. I'm a health coach, a Reiki grandmaster, a yoga instructor studying to be a yoga therapist with SVYASA Houston. Gauriji taught us holistic nutrition for 2 semesters here at SVYASA Houston. I loved her teaching style. It was methodical, clear, and simple to understand. I'm passionate about food. So for me, this knowledge was very inspiring. Gauriji, I started intermittent fasting, which I realized gives me a lot of energy during the day. I also connected with her focus on increasing fiber. I use that and I feel I stay fuller for a longer time, and it has improved my gut health. I've shared this knowledge with my friends, family, and clients, and it has helped them too. I also learned about trans fat, triglycerides, and their effect on our body. I would highly recommend this course for anyone who wants to go deeper into nutrition. Sorry, I couldn't be physically present with you all today, as it's midnight here in Houston and we are all sleeping. So I wish you all the very best. Stay safe and have a great day. Namaste.
Great. Thank you. So I believe all of you have heard her, and I'll now started taking the questions that we have got on the chat window. And Dr. Gauri, I would request you to answer, unless and until you have already answered that in your presentation, then it's fine, because we have a few questions, and I think the questions will increase as we move forward. So in the interest of time, we will select the questions that we need, that have not been answered yet. So the first question from Sneha Joshi: after completing this course, can we independently take on clients with hypertension, obesity, hypothyroidism, cancer, and so on, other pathologies?
Absolutely no. Right? So this is not going to give you a legal, backing to practice nutrition or prescribe diets. So that is not the intention of this course. The intention of this course and certification is to enhance your knowledge so that you can be of help. You can always show this certificate and say, this is how I have learned. This is from where I have learned, so that you get to empower it. But no, you don't get a legal certification to start off a practice prescribing diets. You can't do that. Even a master's degree in food and nutrition doesn't give us that legal rights, right? So it is not possible.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So one point that I want to tell others, everyone, is that there are a few personal questions from the users. So I will pick questions which are about the course. So personal health questions we'll take if we have time left. As of now, we'll concentrate on the course. So the next question from Sneha Joshi is the new trend of intermittent fasting and other macrobiotics diet. Will those be explained in the course?
Yes.
Okay.
It is always holistically seen. I am not going to pick and choose, specific things. The whole purpose of the course is to travel from counting calories to counting nutrients. It is not the specifications. It is to bringing in the generalizations. The whole problem today in the food industry is that we are making specifics. There are no superfoods, right? So it is that which makes the difference.
Okay. Next question from Manish Tehanguria is: are slides being shared? This I can take. So yeah, so slides are not being shared. You will be, required to attend the course, and you can make notes. But we will, because this is proprietary knowledge that Dr. Gauri has, so we will not be sharing the recordings and the material there.
Can I add one thing from what you said? See, I have designed it in such a way where you will get time to understand and assimilate it. The whole point is that my intention is not that I don't want to share notes or I don't want to share PPTs or something like that. It is so very important when you learn to learn properly. When you learn, if you know that your listening is what is going to make the difference, you will listen intently, all your senses on that. And when you listen properly, the assimilation, the digestion and assimilation of that knowledge happens. And only then you will be able to remember, and only then you will be able to apply. Otherwise, it's going to stay in the books and the PPTs at the corner of your desktop, right? So it is not advisable to learn it that way. I intend you to learn while I do and make notes. I'll give enough time
Yeah,
to do
that's
that.
great. Question from Charu Gupta: is this only for vegetarians or non-vegetarians? Or non-vegetarians can also learn how to eat right from this program?
Exactly, that is the intention. Okay, so the course will teach you what is right, what is wrong, what is healthy, what is unhealthy, and why of it. To make the decision is your choice. It is not my intention of doing this course. The whole course is to empower you with the knowledge to make the right decisions.
Great. Saravana Raju is asking, what is the difference between cure and reversal?
Okay. More or less, I would say you can interchange it. It does, see, when you look at cure, you're looking at different ways of drugs also. But when it comes to our ways of reversal or curing yourself, you're using only food and food alone, along with some natural elements to reverse and cure yourself or heal yourself. You can use any of these terms.
I think a similar question from Aditi Chachan. Reversing a disease, does it mean we can't get that disease again?
As long as you stick to doing what you're doing. When you switch to the healthy practices, you reverse your issues. As long as you stay in this, you'll stay here. This is one of the questions I have come across. People will come back in just 4 weeks, 6 weeks and report a laundry list of what has all got better. And at the end of it, they'll ask me, when can I go back to my normal diet? And I don't know really whether to laugh or cry at this sentence. As long as you practice the right things, you will be healthy. That's all I can say.
Okay, question from Sneha Joshi. A person coming from medical background, is this course going to be just superficial? Okay.
See, I will do both. First, explain in common terms so that anybody from any background should be able to assess and understand, and also bring in the research data and explanation from the published papers. So it can be beneficial for both, and it is not difficult for either of them. It will not be boring for a professional like a nutritionist or a doctor, but it will be not challenging for a common man with different backgrounds also. So it should benefit both of them.
Okay, next question. What kind of certificate will you get?
It is a certification in collaboration with WellCure, which you will be getting from my personal credit.
Right. What is the legal method to prescribe diet?
You'll have to do the 3-year basic degree, after that master's degree, and you will be able to start helping people. But there is something called RD, which is internationally accepted, and that is what gives you the legal right to actually prescribe the diet all over the world.
Okay. Question, is this course going to help reduce back pain and weight loss?
See, when it comes to specific diseases and disorders, I deal with most of the diseases and disorders which are lifestyle based, and help you understand why it has happened and what from the food can help it, right? So if you ask me this question of will I solve my diabetes or heart problem or back pain, I cannot answer that question. So it is the way you adopt your learnings which will help.
Okay, question from Rima Sethi. Hello, doctor. Is this course somewhat like a functional nutrition course?
Yes.
Will it help a clinical nutritionist?
Yes. Absolutely, yes. In the West, this is more or less called as functional nutrition, but I might deviate from the regular kind of a course.
Okay. Question from Vijay. Will you have more than one session per day? This is for people like me who are busy working from home and busy during the day.
Right.
That's difficult.
So, yeah, What we can do is probably finally when we have a small group who are entering into the course, we can take a look at it, kind of how many people want a change in time and what suits most people. We can make little changes in the course time which is offered, but it'll be only once a day as of now.
Yeah. Question from Archana Singh. Apart from diet, what healing techniques do you teach?
No healing techniques, absolutely. It is food and food alone. So, but as I said in the beginning, there are different forms of food. It is not just what falls into your plate. So I will deal with all of this. Say, for example, sun's energy and light is absolutely essential. So how, why, and how do we adopt it is a part of the course. Similarly, we will look into different natural elements as food.
Okay. Is this course hinged upon Ayurveda principles?
Not really. I have no clue of Ayurveda, so not really. I have picked up a few basic principles from nature cure, which is called popularly, but my master prefers to call it as natural hygiene. Dr. Arun Sharma ji is my mentor, and I have learned few basic things from him, and I use that in this course.
Okay. Question from Madhu. I have learned food science. Will it help me better?
Yes, of course. Moving from that reductionist way of learning to looking at it holistically. It's even more easier and simpler for you to relate and understand and make your quick decisions because you know it already.
Hello, ma'am. Question from Tushar. By the end of the course, will we be able to make diet charts for different disorders?
I think we've answered this question.
Okay.
You will be able to give advices. You will be able to help. You will be able to support whoever is dependent on you, your clients, your patient. But you will not be able to prescribe a diet sheet as such or a diet plan. You can definitely give all this knowledge which you have learned as advices, suggestions, and be a support, but not prescribe diets. That's all is the difference. When I'm saying you can't prescribe a diet legally, you can't do that. That's all. But all that you will gain from this course, you will be using to help your client or your patient get better, enhance health, and drop off diseases.
Okay. Question from Sheetal. Is it completely based on our food style or anything related to lifestyle also?
Both, because both makes the whole thing complete. Both.
Okay, there's a question. Is this course completely free? No, that's not the case. There is a fee attached to it. I believe you would have gone through the link, and at the end of the call, we will also share the link of the course that you can use to book your seat. Yeah, so I think we are kind of...
I can add something into what you said.
Yeah.
In my 25 years of practice, I have seen people most of the time, 99% of the time, understand and value something only when they have given enough value from their side. I know you're giving your time. I know you're giving your effort. When this money comes in, only then will there be a value for it. I have prescribed, helped people umpteen number of times, and I've screamed at the top of my voices. Nobody is going to listen to me. When I sat down somewhere and said, whoever is interested, pay and take it, then is when I started reversing diseases. I helped people reverse diseases, So there's a huge difference when people pay for it, because that is what gives them the power to understand. So I highly recommend, don't think this is an cost. You should look at it as an investment, not as an expenditure.
So I'll maybe I'll share my personal experience also. The whole reason why we decided to set up WellCure as a company is because my wife until she had a serious health issue which is called ulcerative colitis, and we almost went to the doctors for 6 months doing a lot of treatments like colonoscopy and all. So, and we used to stand in like queues of 50 people in the best of the hospitals in Gurgaon. and we were told that this disease is not going to get cured, you're going to live with eating 9 capsules every day for the rest of your life, and obviously it's going to be difficult for you to conceive and everything. So that's when we started looking for alternatives, and we got to know about this science. And when she started making those changes in her lifestyle and food, it was kind of a miracle to us that it took her only 2 to 3 months to cure it. Touch wood, it has not come back till, because now she understands the science quite well, and obviously we are parents to a healthy child. Touch wood again. So and obviously since then, I think it's going to be 3 years now that we have done that course. We would have invested, I think 20,000 was the fee for 3 days. And I can tell you that in terms of medical expenses, and I'm a finance guy also, so I do these calculations much better. We would have saved at least 7 to 8 lakhs as a family.
And look at the
Because we all,
suffering, which you
yes,
can't put a
and
cost to it.
and the value of happiness is like, I'm not even adding to it. It's beyond imagination. So, and the confidence and the fear of health goes away. One, you understand that you will not screw your body unnecessarily, and even if you fall sick, you know that body will take. Body has its own ways, and we need to just help the body to cure itself, and
Create
that's how
that
it works.
environment. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think we will also help the medical system if we, a lot of people learn this science. More and more people learn, and we become an army in a way. So we will help the medical system, which is obviously not enough. In India, we don't have enough medical system, and I think with Corona, we have tested it across the world. I think it's not enough anywhere in the world, but in India, we all know that we struggle. So if more and more people learn this science, of healing themselves, or making sure that health is not going for a toss, I think this science is super helpful for everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Dr. P. Israel is asking, is it possible to commence the program at
I
3:30
think we
p.m. instead of
answered.
3 p.m.?
Yeah.
So as ma'am said, yeah, we will once people book, and we will do we'll do a check. So we will be slightly flexible here, and if people are okay to do it at 3:30, we should be okay with that. Question from Beena: will it help someone with lung disorders?
Yes,
As I
absolutely.
said, I think it'll, once you learn this science, you can cure almost, all your diseases if you, help your body in the right way. So I'll not go to specific, health issues, but I think all kind of health issues can be cured. And being in the community of natural healing, we see those things happening around us. And you can also actually go to Wellcure and read the health journey section, where, numerous people have cured their diseases, you can check any disease and you will find a case history there of people who have cured it by just changing their lifestyle and food habits. Um, so question from, okay, what is holistic portion, and I'm a nutritionist, how will it help me?
I think I started my talk with that only. And
Okay. Maybe we
I
can
don't know
repeat.
if you weren't there at that time. I said the medical nutrition or the modern science, it is beyond the body. We know mind precedes body. So the other traditional food science on this, say the food philosophy from yogic sciences, the food philosophy from nature cure, adds value and make it more meaningful and complete. So instead of looking at the specifics of breaking down our body into organ systems and breaking our complex wonderful food into their specific nutrients, if we can look at body as a whole and food as food, then I think it makes a lot of difference, and that is what I think you will get to learn from this course.
Great. I think another question is, as a nutritionist, how will the course be helpful? I think
Yeah,
we've
we have
already covered
answered
it.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we are kind of done with the questions, and thank you everyone. What I'll do now is maybe share a link on the chat window, and everyone can use that link to book this course, and we are actually giving a discount for this call. Sorry, for anyone to book, but that's a very minor discount, just in order to help anyone who is looking to just needs a nudge to book this course. And here's a link, and I'm also putting up a screen. So we'll keep that screen on for 10 minutes. This call will be live, but we will log off. And thank you, Dr. Gauri.
And
Thanks
I
for
want to add saying that only people who are really interested, please register. You will get immense benefit. Okay. Thank you
Thanks a
so
lot.
much, Sumit.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
So all of you can, if you want to make it easy, just scan this QR. Just open your phone, open the camera, and if you put this QR code in your camera, you will get a link to click, and you can pay the course fee and book your seat here.